Well, Monty is home, and I'm going to take you through everything that got done at the factory, but I'm also going to show you right here where all the problems started, and it was my fault. So let's take a look. So the problem is right here. This is the awning. This is the roof. Come in closer, I'll show you what I neglected to do, and I hope that you can learn something from this and it'll avoid a lot of work. Come on up here. Okay, so according to the owner's manual, and I think this is the same for pretty much every manufacturer, number one, seams and seals is the owner's responsibility. So getting up on your roof, checking around all your cabinets, your doors, your windows, for the seals and all of your seams, that is your responsibility. In our case, I was getting up on the roof at least every 4 months or so, at an absolute minimum twice a year, and checking all the seals and the seams around the roof, and doing a spot seal where needed. Well, I did the same thing in this area, but let me just show you. So this is the gutter, this is the awning, this is the gutter, this is the roof, and this gutter fills up just like a gutter at home would, and it goes all the way down to the front and then all the way to the back on both awnings. Well, we park our trailer here under trees, and this gutter, both inside and in this area right here, was filling up with debris. You see this big Doug fir back here and all of these. Well, they drop pine needles and the little pine nuts, and it fills up these gutters. And I thought we did a pretty good job of keeping that clean and checking for those seals. And the tech showed me exactly where the pin size hole was in this rail where the gutter attaches to the wall. We could get off the roof now. So we were just right up there, and what had happened was water seeks its level, got into that wall. We never saw delamination, but it traveled down to this compartment right here, and this compartment started to swell. This interior wall right here started to swell, and we couldn't close this latch. It wouldn't close all the way, not without actually manipulating it. What we did notice is this panel above the door here and the panel that is above the dining room slide. We noticed bubbles up here in the roof. I'll insert some pictures. But we started noticing some bubbles on the interior wall. So the water had intruded and come inside and started swelling at this paper, and this is kind of like a pressed wood wall. So that was the first indicator, and then that hatch down below was the second. Okay, so let's get to the nitty-gritty. So the nitty-gritty is we took it in to our local dealer, and they took a look at those panels and the cabinet down below, and decided that it was going to be a big job. They were going to have to replace 4 of these inner wall panels. So essentially everything from over that window or that wall all the way up to the door up here, they're going to have to replace that. They also found where the water had come down, they also found some bubbling in the floor right here, so they were going to have to address that, plus the cabinet. Well, they got a hold of Keystone. Keystone customer service said, listen, we have a factory and a maintenance facility 3 hours from your house. We're going to go ahead and take it there. That's where the story gets interesting. So once it got out to Keystone and they started taking things apart, they started realizing that there was a little bit more damage than what we all initially anticipated, and it was going to be a lengthy job. In fact, start to finish, the job took 3 months. They found some damage to the outer wall. They had to work on that. They had to replace those inner wall panels, and they found some damage in the floor inside the slide out that I'm sitting in. So they had to address that. Long story short, one little pinhole caused all of that heartache. So the moral of the story is check your seams and seals regularly. And here's some advice from the tech out at Keystone in Pendelton, Oregon. Check it every time you take a trip. So if you go out for a weekend, if you go out for a week, if you're a full-timer and you move once a month, check it every time you move, because these things shift, and those seams and seals, that silicone and a little bit of alpha sealant or whatever you use, Dicor, and it's constantly rubbing and moving and shifting. And in the summertime, it heats up, it expands, it contracts. So check it often. I know for us, because this was a costly mistake, or actually I should say a costly neglect. For us, we'll be checking it every single time we go out for a weekend, go out for a week, whatever. We're definitely going to check it. And for sure, we're going to check it before bad weather sets in, because all it takes is water to start finding its level, and you'll be out of your trailer for a good while. Now, some positives. Positives is we learned, and we constantly learn in this whole RVing thing. Second positive, the folks out at Keystone in Pendelton, Oregon, absolutely second to none. They were absolutely fantastic. The communication was fantastic. We got updates once a week. Whether they did anything or not, they updated us when they were waiting for glue to dry, paint to dry, you name it. The communication was absolutely fantastic. The quality of work, absolutely above and beyond what we expected. And that might not be fair to say, but they just did a fantastic job out there. And paint matches, new stickers, I mean, the whole thing. They just did absolute quality work. And we are super thankful for those folks out in Keystone. What we also learned about that is they are a maintenance facility for Keystone out here in the West. And all you got to do is give them a call, and they will get you hooked up. I'll drop the numbers to Keystone customer service down in the description. Call customer service, and you could schedule maintenance out there in Pendelton. And they're just fantastic folks. It's a really small crew, and they take their job very seriously, and they treat you like part of the family. So that was another great thing that we learned. And the other thing that we learned is inspect. And even though it's inconvenient to get up on the roof all the time, it's definitely worth it, because we missed 3 months of good camping, and those 3 months that we'll never get back. And I know that's a first world problem, and I'm willing to accept comments that reflect that, but I'm just telling you, those of us that love the RV life and like being out there doing weekends and week trips, and even you full-timers out there, And look, timing couldn't have been better, because we gave up the whole full timing thing and moved it back into the house right when all of this happened. And so we had a place to stay. But I can imagine if we were full time and didn't have a place to stay, that's pretty expensive to stay in hotels or bother family and do all that stuff. So all the repairs are done. We are leaving on Friday for a trip for a week down in the Crater Lake area. Going to have a blast, and more to come about our new adventures and the style that we're going back to, which is going to just create better RVing for us, we know. That's where we'll leave it for right now. And again, if we can help anybody not go through what we just did, then we hope this video helps you. Go ahead, drop a comment in the comment section below. Leave us a thumbs up if you got any value out of this video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps with the algorithms. And tell a friend, because we know you have a friend. So tell a friend about the channel, share it with them, and we will see you in the next video.